Now, the next part, what we're going to do is solve the edges. You have to pair up the edges before you can do anything else. So what you're going to do is, it's actually really easy. It's very easy. Just, for instance, I'll start off with this orange-green piece. Well, you look, put your finger on it so you can, keep its place, and look for the other one. There it is. Now, what you're going to do is, then you can just flip it to the opposite side of the other, and pull it down. Then they should be across from each other. Now, here's what you do at this point. You flip it over to where they meet, or you can flip the bottom over. It's really the same thing. So, you flip it over, then you're going to pull it up, pull another pair down that's unsolved, like these two, pull it back down, and back over. Then, you're just going to do this for the rest. So, let's look for blue-orange. There it is. It's on the other side. So you're gonna align it in any way you want. It's pretty sure you can figure it out yourself. I learned my own tricks and ways to do that. Then you're gonna get them across from each other like this, not across, but like catty corner. You're gonna flip it over, up, flip a unpaired thingy over, and down and back over. Then you pretty much just do this the rest of the way. So I'm just going to sort of go through this a little bit quicker. So black, green, flip it over, and there. Make sure you have a unsolved side on the top or the bottom. Doesn't matter which side. So you can flip it over and in. So, yep, we just got that. Orange, yellow. Then there's the other one. Red, blue, red, whatever you want to call it. It's right across from each other. Okay. Blue, black, no, orange, black is what I'm going to do. And I figured out if it's on the exact opposite side, like this, these two same pieces, you can just flip it over, and it'll be in the right spot. So what I did here is there's no possible matches in the top layer here, so turn it over and look on the bottom. There's one, so flip that back down, and now I have a lot on the middle layer. So here's one. Oops. If you get into a situation where there is none on top and none on bottom, look in the middle layer. Here's one. Flip it over here. I'm so stupid. Blah blah blah. Sorry about that. Okay, I hate this cube. Just saying. Oops. Yeah, I'm off today. Okay, let's get back to where I was. Okay, it's blue, orange. Okay, now before you twist it over, flip over an unpaired thing like this. And just, from there, you can do what you've learned so far. Where's the others? Then you should get down to where there's one pair left. There it is. Make sure they're across from each other. And make sure they're not catty corner, like these are. Make sure they're across from each other, because there's a certain algorithm you have to do. So they're across from each other now, the pieces. What you're going to do is flip it over, then it's right, front, inverted, up, right, inverted, front, and over. It should flip those two around, so... Just a second. Please excuse my ignorance. Okay. Now, once you have all these little edge pieces that are paired together, and there are none left that are pairable together, you now solve it exactly like a 3x3. So I said I was going to touch up on it a little bit. I'm not really going to tell you exactly what you're supposed to do. I usually solve the green ciphers. So what you're going to do is you solve the green cross, and you need the top. It could turn out like this, right here, or it could turn out like... I'm going to have to mix this up, not mix it up. I'm going to have to put it into the position I'm talking about, so it'll appear when I snap. Boom. Okay. When it's this, like this, where it's not... It's what they call it a parody. Call it whatever you want. Contradiction, something, you know, that doesn't fit. This can't happen on a 3x3 cube, because in the ending of a 3x3... Just a minute. I'm going to use my magical powers, just like... Okay, let me move this out of the way. You see the unsolved you see the unsolved Rubik's Cube. I'm going to show you get you to the part where I'm talking about. Boom. Okay, so on a 3x3, when you get to this part, it's not possible for it to be like this. It's not possible. I mean, it's just not possible. I mean, unless somebody has done this to you, or they played this horrible joke on you, where they just switch one around, then it can happen, but you can't fix it on here. That's the only difference, which is why it can never happen, because you can't fix it. Okay. So let me just put that back. Then from... you obviously know. Also, you may be into a situation where... Let me get it there real quick, because, you may be there right now. You may be into a situation where there's 1. It's pretty much the same thing as 3, except, you know, it's 1. And if you do front, right, up, you know, the algorithm that you normally do, you'd get it to a 3. Now, you can do it from this point. If you do it from this point where there's only a 1 solved over here, I would hold it like this when you do the algorithm I'm about to tell you, because that way it makes it faster. So unless you want to solve it from the 3x3 point, the 3 point like this, where 3 of them are, then just hold it to where it's on the left and do the algorithm to where it gets it like that. Okay, now what you're going to do is hold it to where the unsolved one's on the bottom, and then you are going to do a very long algorithm that I am about to tell you. And just to make things simpler, when I say R, I mean both of these layers. And when I say L, I mean both of these layers. But when I say any other one, like up, I just mean the top layer. Not both of them, like this. I just mean the top. Unless I'm saying right or left. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to hold it to where the unsolved one's on the bottom. And you're going to do 2R, 2B, 2U, L, left, 2U, right inverted, 2U, right, 2U, 2F, right, 2F, left inverted, 2B, and 2R. Then it'll go back to, and it'll solve this. And if you did it from... Here, just a second. Let me get to the situation that I was talking about previously. Okay, if you did it from the point right here where you hold it like this and there's only 1, then when you do the algorithm, when you finish with the algorithm, it'll show up like these, where there's where there's 2 and not all of them solved. That's, it still fixes it, but if you do it from the point where there's 3 solved, then you have all 4 of these solved, and you don't have to do front, right, up, right inverted, front invert, whatever it is. But if you do it from that point, then it would turn out like this, and you just do the front, right thingy. Anyway, Then from this point, you solve it like a Rubik's Cube until you get to the corners, and there may be another parity / contradiction, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to call it a contradiction. So solve it like a 3x3 Rubik's Cube from this point on. You know, align the cross. Okay, so what happened here is there's another parity. Or, not right now, but... Okay, let me get you to the situation where it is a parity. I hate it when this happens. Ready? Okay. Now, what happens here is, if there is one in the right place, another in the right place, but the other two need to be switched around, that can't happen on a 3x3 Rubik's Cube.